All right, in this video, I'm going to go over how we do production for our podcast or my podcast, the Real Estate Investing Club, using the Riverside software and then all the ancillary softwares we use. So, let's get into it. All right, yeah, like I said, the podcast is the Real Estate Investing Club. It's a podcast I've been running for, I don't know, like 4 years, something like that. And so it's been going well. It's like if anybody has a business and they're thinking about growing their reach, some way to do organic content, podcasts are the way to go. I absolutely love it. I love doing a podcast. I got to meet people, other investors in the space. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, getting off my soapbox, let's talk about how we actually do production with Riverside. So first, we'll actually go to Riverside. You'll see all my projects here. These are my different interviews that I've done. We manage our projects with Monday. So I'll just show you our project management software here. Each project, when I say project, I mean episode. So we manage our episodes using Monday. And this is our board. This is kind of how it looks. And so these are the ones that I've recorded, but I haven't actually done. And so this is my VA team is going to take this on. So I'll just run through how we do one episode. So we'll start with this one. The guest was Ryan Mellon. I'm going to go over to Monday. I'm going to go over to Riverside, and I'm going to find Ryan, who's right here. Here we go. It looks like I've already done the exports, but I'm going to take you through that process anyways. So first we go to recording. I'm going to download the transcript by clicking download and then clicking transcript. And that'll get me the transcript. Why I want that transcript is I use Claude AI to create the descriptions. It's very SEO focused, and they just create great descriptions. And so, when people are actually searching for your content, it'll take them right there in YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search platform on planet Earth. It's amazing. It works really well, and so that's why I use an AI like Claude to do it. All you got to do is just feed it the transcript, and then I'll show you the prompt that I use to get it going. So anyways, download the transcript. We'll get to that in a second. And then I open up I click edit on the actual episode. And it'll open up something like this. And so what I like to do raw episodes. I'm not going to go in here and like add a bunch of like transitions and stuff. I just like to have it, the way it is. And so, but I do like to have an intro. And so I'll go here, I'll click plus, and then I'll go to uploads. And I made an intro using Canva. It's a really easy thing. You just go into Canva and you do a really quick intro. And all you got to do is I got both a video and an audio intro. And I add the video here. I just click add and it'll add it there. And then I go export and I export video. I don't do any of these normalized audio levels or remove background noises because I found Auphonic is actually better at that. It's better at making a higher quality sound. And so I'll show you that in a second. So I export the video and then I delete this intro and I click on that again. And then I go to upload and I add the audio version and then I export and then I go to audio. I don't click any of these and then I export the audio. So I've exported the video and I've exported the audio. It'll take a second, but then it'll finally show up in your exports right here. So see, we got the audio version here. We got the video version here. So I think I actually already downloaded it. Let me just double check here. I'm just going through my downloads on my other screen over here to see which one I have downloaded them. So we're good. So the next step is to improve the audio. So I use Buzzsprout as my actual, the thing that hosts the podcast itself. Let's just get to it. Yep, there we go. So if we go to episodes, here's the Buzzsprout. And then obviously we're going to put it into YouTube for it to get shot out to the rest of the world. So we'll start with the audio version of it. So I've downloaded the audio here, and then I'm going to go over to Buzzsprout and I'm going to upload a new episode. I'm going to drag that audio right here. It'll start uploading. So I use Magic Mastering on Buzzsprout, and that's why I don't download it using Riverside's version of Magic Mastering, and that basically means it like does all the audio levels and makes it sound crisp and clean like a podcast should. So I actually have that done through Buzzsprout and not through Riverside, but you can do it through Riverside. So now that it's uploaded, now we have to put the title in the description. I know sometimes it's hard to come up with these, and that's why I just love using AI, because it does such a good version of this stuff. And I'm going to show you what I do here. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to pause this. All right, so now I go and so I'm in Claude. Claude.ai is the AI tool I use for descriptions. It's really good with like words and stuff. And, you can use any of them: Perplexity, Chat, Grok, Gemini. Whatever tool you want to use, you can use it. But I like Claude. I've used them all, and I found that Claude makes the best descriptions. So I'm going to go and I'm going to grab that transcript. Oops. Looks like I didn't actually download it. So I'm going to let's go and download it. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to go to Riverside, go to the recordings, go to transcript, download. There we go, right there. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to grab that transcript. I'm going to pull it into Claude. And then here's the prompt that I use for these episodes, and it's very specific. If you guys want to grab this, go ahead and grab it. But it follows all it creates timestamps. It creates an episode title that's less than 60 characters, so it can be shown on the full screen when somebody opens up YouTube. It's SEO specific. I ask it not to include emojis, include the URL to my podcast. And then at the very end, we're going to insert the guest URL here. So I'm going to take that prompt. I'm going to paste it in here where it says insert URL for guest. This is specifically for my podcast, but I'm going to go back here and I'm going to find the guest URL. Let's grab that. I'm going to go back to Claude and I'm going to put it here. And now we have the transcript. We have the prompt. We're just going to click go. And then it's going to take that prompt and it's going to spit out a beautiful looking transcript that is also SEO focused. So sometimes I don't really like their titles, but I'm not a huge fan. We'll see when it's done, we'll ask it to make a couple more episode titles. Those are the ones that sometimes it's hit and miss, but the description is always, it crushes the description. So I'm going to wait until it's done. And then let's see where we at. There we go. So I'm going to grab this description. Usually the description that it writes, at least with my prompt, is too long for Buzzsprout. So I'm going to put it here. See, it's way too big. So I'm going to delete for the podcast itself. It does not need timestamps. Only YouTube needs timestamps. So I'm going to delete that. And it's still too long. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to start deleting from the bottom, just paragraph by paragraph. Delete that. Where are we at? We still need 150. I'm going to go ahead and delete one more. The description it's important, but it's not like extremely important. People don't go in and read the descriptions. The description is really just there for SEO purposes. What they like to do is just listen to the podcast. They're not trying to read about the podcast. And so I do that until the episode description is under the amount. Again, when we go to YouTube, this will be the perfect amount, but Buzzsprout is a little bit long. So it needs a little bit shorter description. Then I'm going to go to the episode titles. I'm going to do create 10 more catchy and SEO focused titles for me to choose from. So usually I just use the title that it gives up there. But with the prompt that I put up there, it'll spit it out in episode title and then YouTube description. And usually I just use the title it gives, but this time I don't really like that one. So we'll see what it gives. How I quit my job and full sharing with rentals. 17 rental units fund my digital nomad lifestyle. That one's pretty good. 0 down payment, managing rentals while living in Bali full time. That one's decent. 30 deals in 12 months. REO investing secrets. This one's pretty good. 8 rentals, pay all my bills while I travel the world. That's pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and put that in the title there. And then we are going to schedule it. So schedule for the future. Got to make sure, oops, get that out of there. Got to make sure and get the right scheduling. So I do on Tuesday and Thursday. This is Ryan. So it's going to be the 14th. I'm going to go the 14th. October 14th is when it'll release. Go ahead and click that here too. October 14. I always like to just do, 6, 7 a.m. Doesn't really matter. And then we go ahead. I'm just one season guy. So 592 is the episode. I'm going to put that here too. 592. My VA team does this, and you can easily hand this off to a VA team. Just record something just like I'm recording here and give it to them, and they can take it on. But so I do that, and then I go save episode details. Boom, just like that. I'm going to grab this URL, and I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put it in the Buzzsprout link category. I just like to keep everything nice and organized that way. And then I change the title in my Monday to look like that. And if you guys want, this template from my podcast, you can go ahead and, email me and I'll send it to you. So now we got Buzzsprout, nice and rocking and rolling. Look at that description. Looks great. We got all the links we need. Everything is looking good. It will be released on that date. Perfect. Now we will do YouTube. So we'll go to YouTube, create, upload video. We're going to grab that. Oh, wait, did we already do that? I don't think we did. Let me double check here. 1 second. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So we haven't done that. So I get to show you guys Auphonic. So before we downloaded the Riverside version of the podcast raw. So we didn't do any alterations from Riverside. Sometimes the audio isn't perfect. It doesn't level the voices correctly, especially when you're doing it raw. You can do that through Riverside, but I've found that using a tool like Auphonic is actually better. They just do a better job. So Auphonic, auphonic.com is what I use. I'll just go there. I'll drag the video over. I'll start production, and it will upload it, and then it'll level the voices, and it just sounds so crisp and clean. I'm going to do it for this actually recording too, and so you'll see. I wish I could show you like side by side the audio, because it's so much better when you put it through Auphonic. So I'm going to let this run, and then once it's done, we will upload it to YouTube, and we'll get that done. All right, so once it's done, it'll look just like this. There's going to be an audio version and a video version. I do not download the audio version again because I do that through Buzzsprout. But the video version, I'm going to go ahead and download that. It'll take a second here to download. And while actually we can't do that. We got to wait for it to download. All right, so let's see. It's almost done. So we'll go over to the downloads and go up. There we go. We got it. And so you'll have 2 versions. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So here's the video version. So there we go. We got it done. I'm going to go ahead and grab that before I forget that video link. I'm going to go here, and we're doing this one. I'm going to put the video right there. I just like to keep track of everything. So I keep all the links in there. All right. So that's done. Now we got to go back, go to Buzzsprout. I'm going to grab that the title that we decided to use. I'm going to put it in the title here. And then we're going to go to, what am I doing? Oh yeah, we're going to go to Claude. I don't know. People have different ways of saying that. I'm going to grab the YouTube description, grab the whole thing this time, putting it in there. I'm going to move this over here, put it in the description. It is a little bit too long, 37, whatever you call those characters. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put separator. I don't know why it doesn't include the separator when it just pastes, but for some reason in YouTube it doesn't. So I go through and I do a separator. I have my team do it. So now you see we're 46 characters too long. So I'll just delete this last sentence there. Gets us right in the right where we should be. That's looking good, looking good. And so now I'll have my team do a Canva version of the whatever you call that, of the thumbnail. But an easy way, I always like to do test and compare. So we'll do the Canva version, something that we use that looks nice. And then we can also go over here and we can go made for you on Riverside. So I'm in the project. I clicked made for you, and now we can just go down here, and it should be popping up with some screenshots. So I'll go ahead. I'll download that. Actually, I don't like that one. What else did it do? Yeah, this one's a little better. Got some smiles going on. Download that. And we'll download that one. That one, I hate it that it says created on Riverside. I'm going to see if there's a way that I can remove that. Okay. Anyways, so I'm going to have my team make a thumbnail for this episode. But then I like to just have them download those two, one with the screen and then one with the other one. And then we do test and compare. And so we upload this snapshot, upload this snapshot, and then when they do their thumbnail, I'll have them put it in there too. And this just gives YouTube a little bit of ammo. Sometimes people like to click on these versus the actual thumbnail that we make. And so that's what I like to do. Just put it in there, put it in the playlist for the podcast. This is it right here. All right. And then we got all that done. It'll look beautiful with these timestamps once you get it in there. We're going to go next. We're going to add an end screen, save, and then we're going to add subtitles. This is, we're going to upload file without timing, continue. Now we're just going to go grab that file that we did earlier, just like that, and then go done. Now, it's doing a copyright check. It's not going to find anything. We're going to schedule. What did we do this one for? Let me go back to our Monday. October 14th is when this should release. So we're going to do that 14th. Doesn't matter the time. 7 a.m. is fine. And schedule. Okay. So now this will go out to, it'll go out as the podcast, and then it'll go out at the same time on YouTube. And then after it goes out on YouTube, we also cut it up into shorts, and it goes everywhere, onto YouTube, onto X, onto Facebook, blah, blah, blah. If you guys want another video on that, I can make it. We use Vizard. You can see it's like scheduled, we do 4 time slots every day. So 9, 12, 3, and 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, that's 4. 9, 12, 3, 6, we schedule a short, and it goes to all the platforms. And so, Instagram, X, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Is there anything else? Oh, YouTube. So that's 6. So, 6 times 4, 6 times 4 is 36, right? Wait, 6 times, yeah. Wait, am I an idiot? 6 times 4, 24, 36. What am I thinking? Anyways, every single day we're doing 24 pieces of content that are being pushed out. And it's easy. Well, in addition to the actual episode, now we cut it up. It goes out into all these different areas. And and so that is how we do our episodes. So I also have my team put it on Daily Motion and Rumble. Daily Motion, Rumble, Rumble. There we go. And I just have them, whatever. You guys can go to it. It's Daily Motion. I'll have to figure that out. My team has the login. I actually don't know what this login is for either of them. And so it's basically another YouTube, but it doesn't have as much reach. But I just have them upload upload the video there, just like they do on YouTube, with the exact same title, the exact same description, and it goes out there. It's just another place for your video to live. You get more views, that kind of stuff. So I have them do on Dailymotion and Rumble too, and then I'll have them put the link here as well. And then once it actually does release and it goes on Apple and Spotify, they put those links here, and then it also goes on Odyssey, but that one is automatic, so you don't have to. It's another YouTube type of platform, just like this, but it's automatic, so you don't have to do anything. It just copies it from YouTube. All right, and that's it. So yeah, if you guys have questions, reach out to me. Let me know. If you want to start a podcast, I would love to help you. I'd love to get you started. So just reach out. It is, in my opinion, it's the best way to grow a business. It's the best way to start growing a following, because you get to just have conversations with people that you would love to have a conversation with anyways. And it's actually easier to get guests than you think. You don't have to be. I started when nobody knew me. I had zero internet presence, and now I'm booked out through the next like 3 or 4 months. Every single Friday, I have four guests coming to have a chat with me. So it's a great way to grow your audience if you want to do that. And yeah, good luck, and reach out if you have questions.